So to do the triangle six-pack requires a little bit different strategy. First, again, we start with a baseline. And then we're going to use circles to represent the cans. I want to make sure it's attached to that point. And then I have my point D off to the side here, so that anytime I want to, I can change the size of that circle. Okay, again, I'm going to build it by creating a series of circles, going back and forth. This is not the fastest way to do it, but it works. Okay, so I have my 3 cans on the bottom, and of course, real soon I'll come back and hide these others. And now, in order to stack it in a triangle form, we're not going to use perpendiculars. We're going to look at these intersection points up here. I don't think I need all of those. And then from those as center, and then one more layer. We'll go one more higher. There's my second row of cans. And then of course I need an intersection point here, so I can have one more layer. And finally, the very top can. Okay, I don't want to hide too much, but let's at least hide the circles. I don't need that one, so that's here. I don't need this one. Here. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. Oops, which one was that? There. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. So once again, I'm hiding all the ones that are not a part of my package. Okay, so now we need to get the edges. So in order to get the edges, I'm going to have to create some perpendiculars. I want an edge along the bottom, and then I need something that's parallel to these sides right here, but passes through that tangent point. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So let me go ahead and I'm going to, instead of a line, I'm going to do segments. I'm going to put a segment here and a segment here because I want the sides to be parallel to that. Okay, so now I need to make my perpendiculars. let's make one perpendicular to this point here and perpendicular to that line. And let's do it over here to the same line. And we can now go ahead and make the bottom side of our container. We really don't need both of those points. But we can do a perpendicular from here through this point. Now we have one of the sides of our container. For this one though, we're going to need to go perpendicular to one of the sides. So we're going to go from this point here, perpendicular, and we'll go ahead and create that side along. Let me see if I can do that. So if I do another perpendicular, it should be right against the edge or parallel to the sides of my container. So let's try that. Let's go back to the perpendicular, choose this point, make it perpendicular. Perfect. Let's go over to the other side now. We'll go through this point and make it perpendicular to this. And here is my point of intersection. Here's the tangent point. Go back and make a perpendicular to that, right at this point. And you can see now that I have the three corners of my package. So I've got some things to hide now. I don't need this, but I will need to put a segment there in place of that line. So let's not forget to do that. I don't need this one either, so we'll hide that. I don't need either one of these. We'll hide those. Don't need this one. Don't need this one either. Hide that original one. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there. Hide these vertical ones. Basically hide all my lines. And then I've got some segments that I'm also going to be hiding. I don't need those. And I have to go back and now draw in the segments that will make up the corners. And notice how nicely they're tangent to each side of my triangular six-pack. Once again, we need to calculate area. We already know how to find the area of a can, so let me remind you how to find the area of the triangle. You need to create the interior of the triangle with this polygon tool. And now that you've done that, you can go to the measure tool. Oops. Measure. Sorry. Measure the area. If we click on the interior, you might already have it. The area is 40.77. Of course, I can go back to that original point D, and if I move it in, everything should change along with it because it's dynamic.